What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another weather forecast here by Adrian's Weather Forecast. And it's going to be my second and final upload of today. I hope you guys enjoyed my first upload on the tropics, but this video is going to be a little bit different. We have not had a video like this since about maybe, I think, early to mid-April, really. Maybe even early May. But this is actually one of the first times we've actually looked at the National Weather Service in quite a while. And for those who have been a OG viewer of mine, they know when and why I pull up the National Weather Service. And that's exactly, for those who know, is because of the winter and fall weather, really. I only look at the National Hurricane Center, really, and Storm Prediction Center in the spring, really, and obviously in the summer. But when it gets to the fall, we start seeing those frost advisories and those hard freeze warnings and all that, and winter weather advisories. Then it comes time for the National Weather Service. So I just gave you a hint on what this video is going to be about, and it's going to be about possibly and very good chance that we could see a decent Arctic blast and as well snowstorm across portions of the northwestern Rockies by early next week here. Sunday and Monday and Tuesday is going to be the time frame. Basically, September 19th will be the main day, but overall, keeping a very close eye on this. So actually, at this point, we do have frost advisories across western North Dakota right now. Keeping a close eye on some overall decent cold there. So here's the overall look at the frost advisory right now. It's obviously specifically associated across areas near Crosby, Williamston, Dickinson, Bowman, that general area of western North Dakota right now. It's going to be rather cold. Actually, if we look at the actual temperature itself, the actual temperature forecast, and we're going to be seeing some pretty overall cold temperatures into the actual very close to freezing here, 34 in Bowman. You see some overall decent 30s here across much of the western portion of North Dakota right now, 39 in your Newtown, and then closer to the actual Bismarck region, which is basically just outside the frost advisory, we do actually have 42. But we're going to be seeing probably some wind chills getting into the lower 30s here for this general area. But that's what we have so far. However, this is not the main thing we're watching out for. The main thing will be into, let's see here. So tomorrow's going to be the 17th. So we're going to be really watching out through the 19th and 20th, which will be Sunday and Monday. That's the main thing we're going to be talking about. So let's go ahead and get into the future forecast. So here's the overall look at the Weather Prediction Center, and obviously we have no really chance of any area of receiving at least 4 inches of snow. So obviously every area for day one is going to be less than 10%, but we do have a small area there of actually at least 70% probability, so a high chance of getting at least 4 inches across portions of western British Columbia there across the upper Sierras. So that's going to be very interesting if we get some overall good snowfall across British Columbia with that strong Arctic blast and this really strong trough dipping in right now. That's going to allow for some overall good snow across British Columbia by, let's see here, 12Z of September 17th, which is tomorrow, to 12Z of September 18th, which is going to be Saturday. And then we have a low chance, less than 10% on day 3. But by day 4, we're looking at the chance here on the Weather Prediction Center of a day 4 probability of exceeding basically a 1/4 inch of snow or sleet. Here's the overall probability. So day 4 is going to be September 19th, 12Z to September 20th, 12Z. So this is the main thing we're really watching out for. We do actually have some numbers here across Idaho of over 50% of exceeding a 1/4 inch, and then some spots exceeding even nearly 70%. So we could very well see some very good snowfall totals across portions of Idaho, as well portions there of western Montana near Missoula, Helena, watching out there areas north of Boise as well. So going to be seeing some overall good snow as we're seeing this strong front bringing in a good amount of precipitation with meeting with that cold air, which will be below freezing, allowing for some overall snow and overall wintry precipitation at the higher levels. By day 5, it's going to go from the 20th to 21st. Going to be moving into the Yellowstone area. We do have a lower chance of snowfall and freezing rain, but the highest chance will obviously be on the 19th or 20th across the border of Idaho and Montana. But by the 20th to 21st, watching out for a chance of 30 to 50% chance of exceeding a 1/4 inch of snow or even sleet across Yellowstone near overall, as well watching out for Casper, watching out for that general vicinity, as well watching out for Bozeman, Montana, So, and then by day 6, that obviously decreases. But really, the big day is day 4. Cause we may even see some snow there near Oregon as well. So, keeping a very, very close eye on that, is as there is a chance, of course, for some overall good snow there. And then here's the overall look at. Let's go ahead and look at day. Let's see here. This is a 20. Let's go to day 4, I believe is the day. So there's the actual trough kind of moving in, and we're gonna be seeing an overall significant cold front. If we go to day 5, there's the overall big high pressure bringing that really cold air across much of the Rockies. So we're gonna be seeing that really nice big Arctic blast coming in, and they're gonna be seeing kind of the dip right there. That's gonna be the overall trough, but you can kind of see the overall gist of it. There is going to be the cold front basically across portions of the Northwest. So if we now look at basically the September 18th or the 19th here, as well, you can kind of see the beginning of that cold front. There is a significant cold front pushing in from the trough. So there's going to be the overall low pressures associated with that dip in the jet stream. There's going to be obviously that strong high pushing closer to the United States, a line for that trough to kind of push kind of deeper into the crest of the Rockies. That's going to allow for some mixed precipitation across the Rockies and even the northern Sierras, kind of across areas, obviously in the very high and mountainous Sierras just outside of Seattle, and of course, really a high populated, sorry, not populated, mountainous is what I meant to say, Rockies across the crest of Idaho into the border of Montana, into the Great Falls area, and just to the west of Helena. So, going to be really watching out for some overall more, I guess you could say, rain precipitation there with those 50s and 40s, those cooler temps, but of course with the below freezing temperatures kind of specifically staying at the highest elevations. As this cold front starts to come in by the 18th and 19th, it'll be very, very scattered and very, I guess, very minimal. But once we get toward the 20th, the 19th and 20th, and then the 20th and 21st, it will become more widespread and a little bit into those lower mountainous areas, and even closer to the actual hills and foothills near Bozeman, and as well towards the Casper area. But that's what we have set up so far. Let's now look at the overall 2 meter temperature anomaly in Fahrenheit. Obviously. So let's now go towards kind of September. Obviously, right now we're gonna be seeing some good amount of cold air across the Northwest. That's gonna align for that chance of above 4 inches across British Columbia by tomorrow. Now let's now get to the actual main cold front. So there it is. We're gonna be seeing an overall strong ridge allowing for a very stubborn warm air staying pretty stationary across the western and the Midwest basically. But as we see that kind of trough pushing in, that really big dip in the jet stream, it's gonna allow for that really cold air to rapidly push into the Rockies and Northwest United States. So within basically 24 hours, we're gonna be seeing a pretty significant temperature change. So we go from basically in 66 hours, and basically around the morning hours of Sunday, with seeing kind of temperatures across the Rockies being closer to average within just basically 24 hours later being almost 30 degrees below average. So we're gonna be seeing some unseasonably cold air, with even some lower 20s across this area. We're gonna be seeing some really, really cold air, specifically across Idaho and Oregon. Oregon may surpass 31 degrees below average. So we're gonna be seeing some really, really cold air. It's gonna be feeling like basically October. Really, really seeing a sign of this fall weather coming in. It's gonna be our first significant cold front, allowing for even some possible teens across this area that have really high elevations. But really cold air across Idaho. This is gonna be for the 20th. This is gonna be Monday afternoon. And this cold air will continue to proceed eastward as the trough gets pushed by that strong Alaskan Bay Ridge. And that's going to allow for that cold air to even push by the 21st into the Dakotas and Midwest. And that's going to allow for just the overall domino effect and just allow for this, obviously, this trough and cold front to significantly weaken, but still become noticeable as it goes into the eastern United States, even by the 24th, which will be next Friday. Let's now go look at the overall exact temperatures here for the Northwest. And this is going to be a look at, let's see, the 19th. That's when I go into the actual Uh, over day into the 19th is actually the over day heat, and we're actually gonna be seeing triple digits, 100 degrees just within the actual plane. So obviously, as we see that really strong trough coming in, it's gonna kind of strengthen that high pressure, which is gonna be centered across the central United States, and it's gonna allow for that heat to just become warmer and warmer. We're gonna be seeing really, really warm temperatures and unseasonably warm temperatures across the Dakotas, as we saw earlier on. We're gonna be seeing basically just ahead of the cold front, really warm air. We're talking about probably temperatures exceeding 25 degrees above average. Exactly, going to be seeing even some 90s, 95, and 93 in North Dakota for late September is definitely not common at all. But that's going to really change though. Just going to be seeing an overall pretty big temperature difference between some areas. You kind of just split this part in half. You see some 70s, so high 70s, and then you see low 40s and upper 30s. So it's going to be really showing you the overall dramatic difference between this all of a sudden trough. So as we get into the overnight hours in the 20th, in the morning hours, the really early morning hours by the 20th, that's where you start to see that snow across this general area. We're gonna be seeing 35 degrees, 30 degrees, 33 degrees. Obviously, gonna be seeing below average temperatures, and of course, as we go a little bit further like that, you can kind of see the minimal temperature is going to be 22.5 degrees, and it's going to be centered across Idaho. So, you're going to be seeing temperatures getting into the lower 20s. But as we go a little bit further, actually towards around 2 in the morning, temperatures will be at 29, 35. So, still really, really cold, but they will continue to decrease. You look at now by 9 in the morning here by the 20th, you're going to be seeing 20.4 degrees here. So, you're going to be seeing some kind of cold air continue to push east. We're going to be seeing now below freezing temperatures near Salt Lake City, below freezing temperatures for Yellowstone, and I get now even some 30s across Colorado. But look at Colorado, the big difference between the plains portion with the 60s, with the high elevation near Aurora getting into the 30s. And then the highs will be very, very warm here. I mean, highs really won't surpass the 40s. They will not even see the 50s on the highs on the 20th, on the 21st, or on the 20th, sorry. And then by the 21st, we're going to continue to see some very cold air. And look at that, even getting some teens, 18.6 degrees across portions of the Yellowstone. So definitely extremely favorable for obviously frozen precipitation developing. So let's actually get a look at the overall trough and what I'm talking about when I mean this jet. So right now we have a really, really strong kind of a trough, kind of really dipping in like that. That's going to allow for that really favorable and really dramatically cold air across British Columbia for the next few days. Here you see that really strong high pressure, and it's so far west, northwest, that this trough is just staying basically where it is across British Columbia. But as this high pressure starts to migrate its way southward, it's going to push that trough anywhere just but southwestward. So now they push further closer to the southeast United, or sorry, the northwest United States. And it's going to be about the 18th here, getting into the 19th, and there you see that really strong strong trough there, and there it is by the 19th. And then as we now go into the 20th, there you see that really cold air and that really big, just overall dramatic dip in the jet stream. That's going to allow for this cold air to kind of just stay stationary and pretty overall. I guess it's just trapped into the northwest United States. So there you see that really weak high pressure now, and then obviously we're gonna be seeing kind of the subtropical jet kind of stay pretty far southward, and that's gonna allow for really strong high pressure to stay across eastern Canada and the eastern United States, allowing for some really, really warm air to the east, really cold air across this area. And if we actually go to the 2-meter temperature here, let's actually look at that 2-meter temperature, and it's exactly what you're going to be seeing. Actually, let's go here. It's exactly what you're gonna be seeing here. But it looks like the warmer air is going to be slightly further to the east is what I meant to do. There we go. And let's go back. So now if we go back to what we were looking at, the upper air heights, and looking here, it's oops, that's the wrong one. And if we go like that, there you go. There's that really, really warm air. And if we now go to the 500 millibar anomaly, we kind of just see the very similar scenario there. That trough right there, really cold air. It's actually going to be really strong near British Columbia. It's exactly where we're going to be seeing such extreme accumulation within snowfall and cold temperatures. That's going to gradually weaken, as obviously it's still really too early to see these Arctic blasts continue to stay really strong deep in the United States. Let's now actually look at the overall MSLP. So here's this is a look at the morning hours on September 19th, seeing really mainly some rain along this front here, that cold front. But seeing a teeny little bit of snow starting to pop up again. This area across Idaho is gonna be like to the teens. I mean, 19 degrees possibly. Uh, but it's just gonna become a lot more widespread by the time we actually get towards the late morning hours, 11 in the morning here. Obviously, I believe this will be 11 in the morning Eastern, so this will be 9 in the morning for Mountain Time, and I think like Pacific goes like this. I'm pretty sure Pacific kind of goes like that, or something like that. Because I think Pacific. I don't even know. I think Pacific kind of just interrupts like that. Or I don't even know what Pacific where it is. I think Pacific is like this, something like that. So I think it's gonna be Mountain Time. So really heavy snowfall. I mean, it's gonna be really heavy snowfall. I mean, it's gonna be pretty overall strong trough. I'm gonna be seeing overall heavy precipitation rate across northern Idaho and of course into western Montana. This is gonna be the 19th and into the 20th. The snow will continue into the 20th across Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana, but it'll be a little bit less widespread in Montana considering they will be a little bit in the warmer temperatures, but still going to get some widespread snowfall. And this will continue to linger all the way up to the 21st. And then obviously temperatures will warm up as the trough dramatically pushes towards the east. Snowfall is actually, according to the GFS, though, the GFS wants some good amount of snow, getting nearly a foot of snow across north central Idaho. And then some less wide or less intense snowfall totals across Wyoming, maybe 3 inches for Yellowstone, getting maybe 2 inches near Bozeman, maybe a trace or so near Helena. Let's go look at the actual what the Canadian model is showing though. The Canadian, on the other hand, is really different compared to the GFS. They have like basically very little accumulation across north central Idaho, basically within maybe 2 scatter areas of 6 inches, and then getting the most amount of snowfall across Bozeman and overall Yellowstone. So that's gonna be really interesting. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys later.